Hey everyone, Steve here. Before we continue on with today's topic, I would like to address the comments that were left in the comment section of the previous video I did, the Bandmade US Tour 2026. Uh, the particular topic, because it was the open speculation and the fact that I brought up visas, I did expect politics to be brought in, and that was an acceptable thing to bring up in that particular video, at least the way I imagined it. It definitely got deeper into the politics than I had expected, and I didn't expect some of the comments to devolve into an argument about politics for the sake of arguing about politics. Um, but I wasn't about to police it. I got two kids at home. I police all the time. I'm not going to police people who are debating uh, just whatever it is they want to debate. I just ask that going forward that you make sure you show respect. I will not tolerate people attacking each other, and just if you see it, just like in person, if someone says something you don't like, you've got two things. You can either address it, and in the case of my videos, you will do so with respect, or you just ignore it. These replies, you don't. If you expand them and you don't like what's going on, close them, ignore, move on to the next. Uh, it's just how I want it to be. I don't want to stifle any sort of conversation. I don't mind talking about politics. Even if someone is completely, like, diametrically opposed to me in terms of politics, I show them respect when I speak with them. You know, I choose my words carefully, and that's just how I am. So I don't. I expect people to kind of do the same. So let's move on to today's topic. MOMOMETAL. So what sparked this video was these two videos that came up. First one a while, not that long ago, but less recently than another one. It was a live concert from BABYMETAL where MOMOMETAL is working the crowd, and she growls her "Are you ready?" And it's like the first time I'm really hearing it live. And here's some of it. All right, so I want you to keep this in mind as we go forward, because this is what kind of sets me off into wanting to talk about this. Now, up to this point, generally when you hear MOMOMETAL do any sort of growling was like in, let's say, Metallic, in this point, and only the live version, like Ratata with Electric Callboy. And then there's the fun interaction with Alex Terrible, the whole duel of growls. You have Alex Terrible doing his raw growl, and then you've got MOMOMETAL, reciprocating with an enhanced growl. Here. This is. Okay, so now let's talk about song 3. First time I heard this live was Theater at Madison Square Garden. The one time I've heard it live was Theater at Madison Square Garden. And I brought my daughter. It was her first BABYMETAL concert. She's 4. I got 2 front row tickets. She had a great time. She made it through the night somehow. I thought she fell asleep through karate, and then she was humming it the next day. So she just had her eyes closed. Oh, and it was immortalized for us. Con Con, the music video, was based off of that show, and there's even a part where you pan through the crowd from left to right. Freeze frame there, you can actually see me holding my daughter in the video. So, there's a nice little Where's Waldo activity for all of you. So, should you so choose. Anyway, moving on. I was looking forward to hearing MOMOMETAL's growls. Now, keep in mind, I really love BABYMETAL for Sue's vocals, and but I was definitely open to hearing MOMOMETAL do her thing, and I was again looking forward to it, but when it actually came out to performance, Sue was live, and you could hear their imperfections, and it was wonderful. I love live vocals. I love when things don't go right, uh, or things don't go perfect, But then Mo Metal, she didn't do her part, and that was disappointing. This is not like so. Anyone who knows anything about live metal, they don't do their parts. Moa Metal and Momo Metal do not do their parts live. As much as the baby metal simps would like you to believe that they perform it perfectly, you're getting studio quality every single time. It just doesn't happen. And as a lot of people point out, Momo Metal and Moa Metal, they are dancing a lot. They've got intricate choreography. Uh, if they were singing and dancing like that, they would be out of breath. And which is why you look at Sue Metal when she does her performance, her choreograph is a bit more muted because she is singing. And you can imagine like just even that level, like she's at this point she's practically an Olympic athlete. Oh, so it's not unheard of for them to not do their parts. But song 3, on the other hand, this is not a small part. This is a good chunk of the song. Oh, and for MOMOMETAL to not perform that, it is disheartening. It is a good chunk of the song. Now, let's go back to the 2 songs I was talking about earlier. She does not sound like she's able to perform her growls in the song like that. So when I got to editing this video, I realized I didn't explain why I thought MOMOMETAL could not perform this live. And it really comes down to when you observe how she actually is, what you see from those 3 clips. When I actually put this together, there are 3 clips, not 2. Oh, first off, the first thing I noticed was really the sound. Not to say that live and studio should sound exactly the same, but her growl live is very thin. It's very light. It doesn't sound anywhere near like song 3. Doesn't sound like what she does in Ratata. Doesn't sound like what she does in Metali. Not at all. Now, I'm not expecting that. It's just that if she were to perform it live, it would seem shallow. Oh, and that's a quality issue versus a performance issue. Now, when it comes to performance, she seems to take a lot of air to actually say the few words she's saying. Like for the first clip, "Are you ready?" It's "Are you breath ready?" And I don't think she was doing it for dramatic effect. I think she's using up too much breath. Now, oh, I was curious about harsh vocals myself. I can't do them. I would love to be able to, but I can't. But any professional whose video I watched, there's some very basic stuff that was common to all of them. And that was like, you start small. You start with just a girl. You basically tighten your throat and you force some air through, and you start with that. And then you work on that and you bring it out. And one of the things was like, well, you can't use too much air. So, which is also why they also say, well, accentuating each syllable in a harsh vocal is not a great idea because you'll run out of breath. So, breath control is really important when it comes to any sort of harsh vocal. And in this case, when she's really taken like entire lungfuls of air to say just a few words, it's like if she were actually to like say many sentences, basically song 3, and perform that the way that she's able to at least breathe, she'd be winded. But it was if not even halfway through the song, she'd likely just be completely out of breath. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe, based on like the clips, I don't believe that she's able to perform this live. Oh, it's simple enough to have her do her best each Nissan and then enhance it like they did in the Alex Terrible short, and then loop it and create a song out of it. And now that kind of speaks to me, well, is that a lie? Is MOMOMETAL's growls, are they a lie? And I don't like that at all because it's one thing to have a small part you don't sing. It's another thing to have collaborations where the vocalists are not present to do their parts. But it's another thing to have someone there for a big chunk of the song and it cannot be performed because they are literally unable to perform it. And again, you should all be familiar with song 3 at this point. It is most of the song. So I have a big problem with that. It's, I'm going to see a live performance. I want to hear live vocals where it applies. And, this is my time. This is my money. I'm not happy about, again, hearing recorded vocals. And now let's take a step back and move on to, let's say, collaborations. BABYMETAL's doing a lot of collaborations to expand their reach. The more collaborations they do, the bigger audience they hit, the more they grow. I don't see this slowing down anytime soon, but it is impractical for them to tour with everyone they collaborate with. So the more collaborations they do, the more we're going to be hearing backing tracks, recorded vocals, whatever you want to call them. And, well, okay, I'm going to pay for a live show. And I go to a show, and now half the vocals are recorded. Well, BABYMETAL shows are not getting any cheaper either. The first time I saw them was Terminal 5, and I paid for VIP 1. And it was a pretty expensive ticket, mind you, for the early entry, really. But then Theater in the Madison Square got 2 tickets, VIP 2, and I couldn't choose that. The VIP was tied to the seat. So VIP 2 came with fewer things, but cost nearly as much as VIP 1 the previous year. This year, PNC Center, I've got second row center, again, tied to a VIP. Now, not the top level, thankfully. That's $700. I'm not paying anywhere near that much. No, not happening. But it's still more expensive than last year's VIP for the same level. So I'm paying more and more for BABYMETAL, and I'm getting less BABYMETAL in my BABYMETAL. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that at all. And I imagine they're doing this to, I guess, fake it until she makes it. Because MOMOMETAL did this as a joke originally. That's what she said, and they're just kind of, I guess she's been practicing it, but she's not. I don't think she's performance ready yet. And I would be thrilled if I was wrong about that. But why not? Why not have her do a part for that one show? Why not change the choreography to be less, or at least situate the song such that she's not winded from the previous song, and she's not winded going to the next song. Whatever it is they need to do. I don't like being lied to like this. And essentially I see it as a lie. You gave me song 3, and I'm thinking, oh, she can do this. It's not Ratata. It's not Metali. It's not these things that are like, okay, yeah, this is a little bit of fun, a little bit of flavor. No, this is an entire song we're talking about here. It is a good chunk of the song. And the fact that we're not getting a live vocal on that, it's insulting to me. So that's the conversation. Let me know what you guys think. I really want to know if you agree with me. If you don't, if you think maybe I'm just a little crazy. Yeah, looking forward to it. Stay civil in those comments there, and see you guys there.